a young Asian American child in preschool. I was easily bored of the many activities you would be doing every day, such as drawing, coloring, all that easy stuff, whatever. Unfortunately, at the time, my non-existent English prevented me from expressing my desire to play with others. I mean, it was pretty bad. Look at that guy's face. His face looks so tired of my constant pestering. Alright, well, anyways, I ended up just having to make do with sitting on the swings alone. Watching others play. Alright, being a little socialized. Well, as time passed, I became content in just watching others interact, playing different kinds of physical activities, sports such as tag, soccer, or different paper/hand games such as rock, paper, scissors, tic-tac-toe. Alright. After some time, I discovered that there's a pattern quite evident in these interactions. As I spent more time observing, I realized that this pattern is not just found in my English-speaking classmates, but literally everywhere. Now, what is this pattern? Well, generally, when given different choices, everyone will choose the option that will most optimize the payoff, while being aware that everyone else is also doing the same. Basically, this means you would do the thing that would help you the most, not anyone else. All right. Well, an example of this would be in the wonderful game of soccer penalty kicks. The goalie wants to dive on the side where he would be able to block the ball, while the striker wants to kick to the side where the goalie's not going to block the ball. There you go. Another example would be tic-tac-toe, where players put 3 of their pieces in a row in order to win the game, and to do so, they would have to make the best moves while keeping in mind other people's moves. So if you look here, for player X, he has 3 choices. Right? Choices 1, 2, 3. As you look at the board, the most optimal choice would obviously be 2, right? So there we go. Ultimately, this is all just the basic foundation of game theory, which is the mathematical study on the interactions of intelligent, logical, and rational players in a game. In game theory, all players are considered to be rational, which means they're not going to be stupid and do something that would not help them. They would play in a manner that would most benefit themselves the most. By knowing this, we are able to analyze strategic situations and determine what will be best and the worst course of action. For example, let's use the prisoner's dilemma. All right. Let's imagine that 2 suspects are arrested and police are trying to prove that they were trying to rob a bank, right? But they have no proof. So the police need one of the suspects to rat out the other one. So both suspects are separated and are given 2 options whether to stay silent or to confess. Now, if both keep silent, they'll each get 1 year in jail. If one confesses while the other one stays silent, then the one that confesses gets to go free, while the one that stays silent, he goes to jail for 3 years. Right? That's not good. If both decide to confess, then they each get 2 years in jail each. So that's a lot of information, but we're going to condense it all into what's called a payoff matrix. Right? So we have everyone right there, 2, and 2 choices. That's silent. Oh god, I don't know what happened there. All right, well, in this matrix, the only sensible choice would be to both confess. Now, you're probably thinking, Eric, are you stupid? Like, look at this, -1 is less than -2. This is the better choice. But that's right, keeping silent is a better choice for both prisoners. The problem is, with that choice, both of them can individually choose to defect and confess to get the better payoff here, instead of 0, instead of -1. And since all players in the game are considered to be irrational, all right, they're both gonna want to confess instead of stay silent. So we end up back over here. All right. This situation, the confessing strategy would be the dominating strategy, since it dominates all the other strategies. Speaking of dominating strategies, I remember back in the day we were playing tag, and I remember that the dominating strategy there was to tag the fat guy. And jeez, I mean, man, I'm fat too. It was he was unfortunate he wasn't able to catch up to anyone. While it is messed up, you have to admit that it is a better strategy than tagging, let's say, the captain of the soccer team. While game theory may seem convoluted and time-consuming, I believe that game theory can be utilized in the present world to help people live better lives. For example, in the moral of the prisoner's dilemma is that the world would be a better place if we were better people. You know, like, cooperate, guys. Why do you guys let it kill each other? Alright. Because of our selfish nature, working together is almost impossible. You know, because anyone can choose to defect for their own self-interest. Game theory, when better grasped, can help us correlate different situations with other situations in order to make more insightful decisions. Like that one time I used my knowledge in game theory to get away with a late homework assignment. But that's another story for later. Ultimately, game theory is a way for us to slow down, analyze our choices at any given moment, and to make better decisions, allowing us all to think much better, much quicker on our feet. Thank you.